A picture-perfect day here in Madison as we welcome you to this WIAA State Football Championship Series. Edgar crowned the champions of Division 7 already. We are getting ready to see who will take home the gold ball in Division 6. Today, the matchup between the defending state champs, Stratford Tigers. They're taking on Darlington Redbirds. And to get us ready for this matchup, we're going to send it up to the booth to Bob Brainerd and Bill Brophy.
Brad, thanks. Bill, two teams that know how to get here, two teams who know how to win here. Stratford has won 8 titles. They've been runners-up twice. Darlington has won 4 titles. They've been runners-up 8 times before. Something's going to give today.
Well, Darlington hasn't had success recently. They've lost the last 6 times they've been here, but they know what it's all about. Stratford sure does. They won last year behind a guy you're going to see a lot of today, Kohler Kelty. He had a big state tournament a year ago. He ran for 3 touchdowns a year ago, 226 yards. He carried 36 times. I don't know if he can do that again, but you know he's going to carry the ball a lot. You're going to call his name a lot. Jack Tubbs is a solid quarterback. Stratford, again, trying to go back-to-back and tie St. Mary's Springs for the most titles ever. Meanwhile, Darlington's been here, but they haven't had success recently. They've got a big tight end in Will Murray, who's a big target for their quarterback. Goebel struggled early, but they played well and won the tight games in the playoffs. 3 times they've won games by less than 7 points. Should be a good matchup between 2 tournament-tested teams.
And the weather is more than good. It is outstanding. Down in it, amongst it, is Carly Murata on the sidelines.
Yeah, hey guys, Darlington is looking for their first state title since 1995, and Darlington head coach Travis Winkers just gave an epic pregame speech. He said, "We wake up every morning at 5 a.m. to be in this moment." He continued to say, "No one outside of this huddle believes we're going to win. We've been doubted all season because of our size, but we are not taking a back seat to anybody."
Thank you, Carly. Travis Winkers, 6th year as the head coach at Darlington. He was the head coach at Marcus Sand for 5 seasons prior, had success there, and played back in the day. He was the quarterback with River Ridge. He was also the offensive coordinator. The option out of the pistol or the wishbone, you will see it in Winkers. The buck stops with me, he says, when it comes to our offense. Darlington won the toss. They deferred, so Stratford will receive the football first. Gavin Leonard, Jet Shaner. Who else would you rather have trying to return a kick than a kid named Jet? He's also returned one for a touchdown on a kickoff this season. There's Leonard, Shaner next to him, in the white with the black and orange. And we are underway with a kick that will bounce out of bounds. And the marker will tell us that it did go OB.
That's one way to cool off a Jet.
Grounded, you might say.
Yes, you might.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. There you go, Bill.
Well, we talked about what Kilty did last year. You think he's going to get the ball a lot, but that's pretty much how Stratford rolls. He's an all-stater as a running back and a linebacker, and can Darlington figure out a way to win? You heard the coach got them all fired up, got Carly fired up, I think, with that pregame speech, but can their success continue here at Camp Randall?
I'm fired up as well. 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Tigers. Jack Tubbs, the son of the head coach. Jason with the handoff. And who else? Kohler Kelty for only a couple yards.
Well, Kilty's big kid, 6'1", 210, and there you see his numbers impressive. He leads the team in scoring. Tubbs can throw it when he needs to. Done so 24 times for a touchdown. Leonard's a tournament veteran. Lewick, all-state honorable mention. Again, this is a team that is a veteran that knows what it's all about here, having won decisively 32-14 over Mondovi a year ago.
On the give, leaning forward to the 40, going to make this 3rd down and 5. Those were your players to watch for Stratford, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong, and we do the same with Darlington.
Well, Reagan Jackson's an all-region linebacker, honorable mention, all-state. He helps on defense. Goebel goes both ways, and Chris is going to be in the middle of everything for the Redbirds, who have allowed but 9.2 points a game.
3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Kilty rushed for over 1,800 yards during the season, an all-state running back. And the second man gets the carry this time. That's Gavin Leonard. Pretty good back himself. He's the wing back, gets the occasional carries, but most of his heavy lifting is done to try to free Kilty. Gets the carry there, gets them close, brings up 4th and 1.
Leonard averaging 10 yards a carry there. They try him on the reverse. It looks like they're going to go for it here early on. Wild and crazy Jason Tubbs looks like he's going for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, they rarely punt, even at this end of the field. And that's why. They just push the pile, and they don't have to do the tush-push or whatever you want to call it. It's just good old-fashioned hand it off and move the chains.
Well, when you got the big back, you can do that, and they pick up the first down. So the first critical coaching call results in a good decision for Tubbs and the Tigers. Power football. They give it to Kilty, and he gets the first.
Kilty, again, was on this big stage a year ago, and did he ever perform? Almost 200 yards on the ground, scored 3 touchdowns. Fresh set of downs for the Tigers at the 46. Tubbs to Leonard. And Leonard still moving the pile. Up and over midfield into Darlington territory at the 47.
Leonard, good-sized kid in his own right at 6'3", 200.
And Leonard, keep an eye on him as well out of the backfield. He's got great hands. He's a terrific receiver from his fullback spot. 2nd and 3 for Stratford. And in motion. Toss it to him. Trying to string it out, and good job by Darlington to bring Jet Shaner down on the tackle. Dante Glendenning, only a freshman, Bill, making a big play.
Yeah, good instincts there by the freshman and the jet sweep here. But he saw it all the way and strung it out, and they weren't going to fool the freshman.
From his cornerback spot, he just traced number 4. And they maybe got a yard out of the deal, but it's 3rd down and 3. Call it a long 2. They'll need the 44. Kilty flank to the left of Tubbs. Give it to him. Hole on the right side. And looks like they're going to mark him just shy of the 44. Or maybe right on it. They'll say he got to the 44, got to the spot, moved the chains, 1st down Tigers.
Well, good looking drive so far for Stratford. Pick up a 4th down conversion and there a 3rd down conversion. Maybe you have to throw the ball in this drive in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Jack Tubbs, son of Jason, couldn't say enough good things about his own kid. A lot of times head coaches, when they've got their son playing, they get a little gun shy. Well, you know. No. Jason's so proud of what Jack has become as a young man and a quarterback of this offense. False start here, a penalty. Will move the Tigers back 5 yards.
Well, Coach Tubbs won't like that. Puts him behind the chains on 1st down.
When Jack was younger, Bill, he wanted to be a running back, didn't want to be a quarterback. And then Dad said, we kind of nudged him. It's like, we kind of might need a quarterback eventually, so if you can still run with the football.
Tubbs is a 6th grade teacher. He said he knew this group coming along was going to be a good one way back in middle school. So he knew who he wanted to play quarterback.
Kilty, and then Kilty hands it off on a little inside draw play to Leonard. Oh, there's some niftiness and some craftiness.
Again, Leonard's been the guy that has the most totes so far, and the reverse keeps Darlington off balance. Good size gain to get back the 5-yard penalty and more.
Bill, you mentioned Leonard. The yards per carry that he averages. So when he gets the totes, he makes the most of it. Kilty's the workhorse, no doubt. But Leonard gives you big playability each time he carries the rock. 2nd down and 4.
Leonard's been the man on this drive.
Back to Kilty. Straight ahead off the right side. This time gobbled up by Darlington at the 38-yard line. Third down coming up once again.
You know the Redbirds are keying on Kilty in the all-state back. So if you're going to scout him, you're going to figure Kilty's going to get a lot of totes. And they stop him there.
52, Bill, is Talon Chris. He's an all-state nose tackle. And his assignment is to make sure Kilty doesn't pick up the big chunk yardage. 3rd and 4 here for the Tigers. Take it to Kilty. Tubbs throws. Leonard's got it over the middle and still running. Marker comes down. He gets to the 20-yard line. It's the first down for now. We'll check the marker. Came in where Leonard was trying to be corralled, trying to be brought down.
Will Murray made the tackle.
Wasn't the prettiest of pass, but it worked. And
it's on the offense. Going against Leonard. Perhaps on the stiff arm. A lot of times you let the offensive player kind of push off the cage.
well, there you saw it. Brady Long is the fellow that got the stiff arm. He missed the tackle because of it. Leonard picked up some additional yards, but they pick up the first down and tack the penalty yardage from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, you can push off the cage, but you can't grab it and then pull down like Leonard did. So as Bill mentioned, first down when it's all said and done at the 33-yard line. Back to Kilty. And Kohler tripped up after a gain of only 1. Jared McGranahan is the defensive coordinator for Darlington. They run a 3-3. And again, they have been a stingy defense all season long, just giving up a tad over 9 points per game.
You look at Travis Winkers, who's working in the officials.
Winkers thought that last year they had a good enough team to go to state. He said this year, yeah, good team, but I tempered my expectations. Didn't want to get too excited. And it all worked out. And again, they tried a little inside handoff, and this time it is blown up by Maddox Goebel.
It's been the best play on the drive for Stratford, but Darlington says he can't fool us that often. So they were ready for it this time.
Yeah, Goebel was just there to just get a hand in there and trip up the runner, Leonard. So a loss in the play. Back to the 36, 3rd and 13 for Stratford.
Tubbs has completed 74% of his passes this year. Obviously a pass situation here on 3rd and long.
Reel it in over the middle. Too high for Leonard.
Good coverage by Brady Long. Leonard wanted to push off by the DB. Looked at the official and pleaded his case. Wasn't effective at pleading his case.
Would have been a first down. He was right at the sticks at the 23. So 4th down. And the Tigers punter is Brady Berg, number 12. No sign of him.
There may be early mention of Brady Berg today.
We may not hear from Brady's name mentioned again before. Because, again, they don't punt no matter where they are on the football field. They need 13 here to pick up the first down. Tubbs gets out of trouble, but not for long. Brought down by Darlington, and the Redbirds will take over at the 37-yard line. The defense bends but does not break for Darlington. No score here. First period at Camp Randall. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. So the Redbirds from Darlington looking all mean machine here in black head to toe. Playing in the Division 6 state championship. Here are your players to watch for Darlington's offense, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here. Keep Wisconsin strong.
You can't go wrong by talking about Goebbels and Chris all day for Darlington. They are the key guys. Will Murray, the potential basketball recruit. He's also a big target as a tight end for Goebel, the quarterback.
Braylon's the QB. Maddox is in the backfield with him. And Maddox gets the first carry. He's the younger brother of Braylon. Maddox. Check that. I got my Goebbels mixed up.
You did.
Won't be the first time.
That'll happen. That was Braylon.
Well, again, and you've got a quarterback wearing number 24, which is unusual. That's Braylon right there. And a nice tackle made on the backside by Landon Zoylan, the defensive end. Here's the key players to watch for Stratford on defense.
Well,
by Rural Mutual.
Landon was the key guy in the preceding play, but Kilty's an all-state linebacker. You've already seen Leonard, pretty good athlete. He's not bad on defense as well. That Stratford drive, by the way, took 8.5 minutes, 8:35 to be exact. 14 plays, 37 yards, and they came away with nothing.
They did a lot of good things, but empty trip. 3rd down and 5 here. String it out. Quarterback carry straight ahead to midfield. That's the first down on the carry by Braylon Goebel. Billy's undersized and underrated because he's only 5'5", 171. But his coach says he is a stud who maximizes his potential.
Well, and their front line is undersized as well. Yet Darlington's found a way to get it done.
Reagan Jackson is number 8 in the backfield. Fresh set of downs at midfield. String it out. And nothing doing. Tackle there by Cole Tishy.
This play by Tishy, the senior, and one of the veterans on this club, and they are a veteran team. Stratford's held opponents under double digits in 7 games. They posted 5 shutouts.
Tishy just shaking the blocker in front. Second down. Carry up the left side. And it's Ty Christ, the running back. Almost 1,000 yards on the season for him. 12 rushing TDs. His head coach, Travis Winkers, says Ty Christ, he's a dude, Bill.
And he's not a big dude either. It's 5'8". Again, these are smaller fellas, but they've figured out a way to get things done. Darlington's only loss was to Prairie du Chien. A game when the coach said they were all banged up. Goebel was among those hurt in that game. They still came from 21 down to make it a game in the 4th quarter.
Bulldog mentality. 3rd and 9, nothing doing as Goebel goes down. Greeting him first was Caleb Crummel.
And our boy Tiki was there again. So it looks like we're going to see our first punt of the game. It will come in the last 30 seconds of a very fast-moving first quarter.
Indeed, Maddox Goebel back to boot the football. Back to receive it, Leonard and Jet Shaner. Goldie Shaner has returned the kick for a touchdown. He's also returned a punt for a TD during the season. Always dangerous.
Goebel averaging 31 yards a punt, 30.8 to be exact.
Good look at Jet.
And we may not get this punt off in this quarter.
We will not. Both teams touch the football.
End of the first quarter.
But 12 minutes are in the books here in a Division 6 playoff contest for the state championship. No score. Now a word from our local stations. No score between these two state championship football heavyweights, Darlington and Stratford. Tigers had the football first, drove down the field, turned it over on 4th down. Redbirds had the football. Now going to punt here to start the second quarter of play. Again, Maddox Goebel will boot it. Jet Shaner is deep.
20 minutes to play that first quarter, Bob.
Swiftly played. First quarter of action. Second quarter begins here As Maddox hits a knuckleball high to the sky. Sheener's got it. Fair catch called for at the 14-yard line. Time for another break. A message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. That is Talon Christ. There are many Chris. 7, in fact, on the roster. Okay, there'll be a quiz. Ty and Talon are brothers. Ross is a first cousin to Ty and Talon because their dads are brothers. You following this, Bill? And then we've got Eli and Isaac. They're brothers. Callum is a first cousin to Eli and Isaac because their dads are brothers. And then, just for fun, we throw in Cooper. He's a distant cousin to all of them. So Ty and Talon, Ross, Eli, and Isaac, and Callum's dads are all first cousins.
I'm really glad Wes Larson did that graphic so I can figure out what's what, because you always confuse me.
I'm still confused. Tried to sort out the family tree. That's fun, though. That's special. Chris everywhere. And thank you, by the way. Big thank you to Lindsay Christ. She works in the Darlington athletic office. I went right to her and said, Lindsay, you got to help me out. She said, no problem. Eli and Isaac are my sons, so I can do the breakdown for you. And she broke it down as only she could.
Cross Christ on the tackle of Kilty there on the first down play.
Thank you. Special family, and they make plays on both sides of the football. 2nd down and 6 for Stratford. Second possession of the football game for their offense. Give it a Jet on the jet sweep. What else would you call it? And tackle made there. Wrapping him up. Ross Chris right on cue.
Ross was not fooled by the jet sweep. First couple of times Stratford went wider with the misdirection. They were effective, but Darlington has seemed to catch on to that here in the second offensive series for Stratford.
On defense, Ross is up front along with Talon, and you've got Ty Christ working in that free safety spot. Ross going both ways, also on the offensive line. 3rd down and 8 for Stratford. Tubbs to throw. Little slant pattern, catches man at the 20, not going to pick up the first down as Sheener reels it in. Do you go for it here, Bill?
What? You say they never punt. We're going to find out. It looks like they're going to send the punt around here. Dante Glendenning, that freshman, made the play to keep Stratford short of the first down marker. So we're going to see an apparent first punt from Stratford.
Yeah, Brady Bird will boot it away.
Bird's averaging 35.9 yards per punt this season. He's done so 14 times.
Goebel, Connor Larson are deep for the Redbirds. Stand at their own 45. A wobbler and gathered in at the 49-yard line. So a little bit of return there by Connor Larson. And he shall step aside here in the second quarter of play. No score between the Redbirds and the Tigers. Now a message from our statewide sponsors and your WIAA network station. The Football State Championships brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. No score, Darlington back with the football, 1st and 10 at the 47. And a quick handoff straight ahead goes Reagan Jackson.
Jackson averaging 4.7 yards a carry. This Darlington offense puts up 31 points a game. They've been proficient the last 2 weeks of the playoffs. Beat Kewanee last week 34-28 to get here. They put up 28 on Lancaster the preceding week.
Here goes Goebel with it. Braylon fake to Jackson, gets him close to a first down. Going to be 3rd down and 1. Jackson is the fullback, number 8 in that offensive backfield. On the defensive side, he's the leading tackler, all-state honorable mention. So a big kid in the backfield. They'll give him his carries from time to time, but he's also in there to try to move some bodies up front. Well, they gave him the first down.
Yeah.
So slide it forward to the 37-yard line. It's Goebel. Change of direction to the 35. He gets a couple.
Ball carrier.
Braylon, three-sport athlete. He's also a wrestler and a baseball player. He was the starting running back, Bill, the last 2 years. You can see that. But they didn't hesitate to give him the keys to be the quarterback here in 2023.
And he's certainly taken the keys and run with them.
2nd down and 8. Wrapped up.
Good gang tackle in there, led by Riley Spindler.
That was Chris on the carry.
Now it's Chapel on the tackles. Being a 1.
Stratford posted 5 shutouts this year. They only allowed 9.5 points a game. Their only loss was to Edgar, which you saw earlier today take apart Blackhawk and won the Division 7 championship. When Stratford met our rival Edgar, Edgar triumphed 40-6. Again, that's been Stratford's only defeat in 13 games.
3rd down and 7. Give it a Chris. And the legs just keep churning to the 19-yard line. Ty Christ, again, he's that dude, that bulldog mentality, just barreling his way to a 1st down.
Christ averaging 5 yards a carry, and you can see he's going to carry the defensive back the last 5 yards here. Alec Chappell had a heck of a time bringing down Chris in the secondary.
Travis Winker says if you don't bring him down early, you're going to have trouble. And we saw it right there. Carry for 15 yards to the 19. Almost a bobble on the snap, and they still got it off to Goebel. Braylon to Maddox for the carry to the 18.
Goebel averages 5 yards a carry. Methodical drive here by Darlington, who's kept it all on the ground. I think anybody's surprised that this is a physical matchup. And if you're a fan of the air raid offense, you didn't like the first game at all. Not sure you're going to enjoy this one a lot either. But it's good old-fashioned, we're going to beat you up football.
Goebel looking to throw. Now he runs with it. Turns on the running back shoes there. Makes his way to the 15-yard line.
Caleb Wrench with the tackle. Coach Darlington's had some close calls the last 2 weeks in particular. After beating the heck out of Belleville, then the defensive struggle against Mineral Point, they put up some numbers in beating Kewanee, the big running back, Owen Carlson, and Lancaster, their arch rival, the week before.
Yeah, Winker's talked about that. We've seen some really good running backs during the season, and of course last week in Division and Level 4. To the 10-yard line. Goebel carries it, gets him closer here. Looking at 4th and 1 now. A lot going on in that triple option, Bill. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, that quarterback's the key, and Goebel runs it well. Big 4th down play coming up.
Bunched in tight. It's Crest. No problem. 1st and goal, Darlington.
Again, Darlington's little guys, if you can call those guys little, but they're undersized offensive line. They move the pile and give some running room. So they pick up the 4th down conversion.
Yeah, Winker says they make up for lack of size by being smart. They know where they're supposed to be with their blocks. Blocking here for Christ, and he's brought down by Leonard. Christ had some momentum going forward, and Leonard with a nice tackle down low.
And Leonard, you've seen on offense, he's a pretty good outside linebacker as well. Second leading tackler on this team, and he makes a big stop there.
Yeah, he and Kilty are lethal in that backfield offensively, but from their linebacking spot, they're quite the tandem as well. 2nd and goal for the Redbirds. Fullback's got it, and he's got the touchdown. Reagan Jackson plows straight ahead, and Darlington strikes first.
Good-looking drive. Climax by Jackson's 9th touchdown of the year. The shirtless Darlington crowd rejoices. The Redbirds take the early lead.
Power football straight ahead, and Jackson, again, the fullback who does a lot of the dirty work this time. Darlington just uses that big 6'2", 183 frame. Extra point. Danilo Ramos Godoy bangs it through. 11 plays, 47 yards. They punch it in. They draw first blood. The Redbirds. Now time for a network break. Your statewide sponsors. It's your WIAA network station. Darlington moms, don't be mad. It's state after all. Let them have some fun. Hey, Bill, that drive, a lot of different Redbirds touched that football. As we present the WIAA Football Championships, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you, look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms.
The Dairy Farmers will be proud of the hard hats that spearheaded that drive. Goebel carried for 27 yards. Chris for 24 in a 11-play, 47-yard march that took 4:25, gives Darlington the lead.
Leonard took the short kick and thought he had some operating room, and then special teams closed out quickly, so it'll be Tigers football at the 23. There's the man who paid it off. But again, to your point, Bill, it was that whole backfield who had some big carries on that offensive drive.
Yeah, Jackson going the final 5, but Goebel and Chris did most of the work on the 47-yard march, which has put the Redbirds in front. Let's see if Stratford's got an answer in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Dak Tubbs, the quarterback, in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 23. Kilty navigating his way and cutting back to the 28-yard line.
And Kilty carried 36 times a year ago when Stratford won the state title. He's not been the main man so far today, so I think maybe Stratford, Coach Tubbs going back to basics here and going to ride his all-stater on this drive when they could use a score.
And part of it is that, again, he and Leonard are so key on the defense. They get a lot of reps, so you try to find ways to keep them both fresh because they're both carrying a heavy load. Tubbs will carry it this time. And Jack careens his way up and over the 30. Looking at 3rd down and 3 here for Stratford.
Jack Tubbs was the ball carrier and the quarterback keeper.
And you know Stratford could use a first down here. They got to sustain something.
In his first half, flying by, under 4 to go before halftime. And Jason Tubbs' crew trailing by a touchdown.
Tigers took 8.5 minutes off the clock at the start of the game, but their drive had nothing to show for a 14-play march.
3rd and a long 2. Give it a Kilty. Marker comes in from the Tigers sideline. Also in the backfield, Michael Beck from Fond du Lac is our referee, and he'll talk it over with his crew. Still sorting it out. All right, so Darlington says we'll decline it, force you to either punt or force you to go for it here on 4th down.
And I think, well, let's see what they do. They've changed some personnel, but
that's Brady Berg. They did think about it, Bill, but Berg slides in there late to boot the football. And again, Maddox Goebel, Connor Larson are deep. Not a good kick. And it takes a Darlington roll to the 45-yard line.
Darlington with a short field. 3 minutes left on the clock. They have all their timeouts. They don't throw it a lot, so you'd think that's still enough time for them to march it in and add to their lead.
Sometimes when you're a team that's so efficient offensively and you don't punt a lot, the punter doesn't get much work in big game situations, certainly. The wind is blowing right to left here at Camp Randall.
Yeah, wind is going to become more of a factor. It started at 12 miles an hour, but they're talking about gusts up to 35 miles an hour today.
Yeah, and it's picked up since our morning affair. 1st and 10, Darlington at the 45. Goebel navigating, went right, then cut back to the middle for a gain of a couple.
Got Leonard on the tackle.
Braylon has rushed for 5 on the ground, thrown for 11 touchdowns and only 3 picks. But it's this offense, this option offense. They just try to wear you down as Chris gets the carry. Ty rushed for almost 1,000 yards coming into this contest. 12 rushing TDs for Chris.
Gain of 4 to the 39-yard line.
Looking at 3rd and 4 now. Ball at the 39-yard line. And again, look at that backfield. Power. And you give it to Chris. And doesn't get it. Good pursuit. Good tackle. I believe Leonard got him.
Yeah, yep. Leonard makes a big play there. You know Darlington's not even thinking about a punt here from their own, or from the Stratford 38. But it's 4th and 4. Neither team going to burn a timeout.
And Travis Winkers barking out instructions. He's the OC. Play comes in. They hurry up to the line. Try to draw him off or change the play. Oh, they drew him off. They got to jump.
Caleb Crummell jumped. He didn't think he had.
Enforcement. Defense. 5 yards to be a first down.
Costly penalty.
Really was.
On the Tigers. Man. I don't think they were going to snap the ball. I think this was a play all along. Looking like you're going to change it.
The nose guard will jump here momentarily. That's all he needed.
Got the job done for Darlington. Chris. Barry.
Chris got the carry.
Waiting for him. Carter Lewick. Defensive end. Wasn't fooled at all.
Thomas Banger did a good job blowing the play up, too. He's in the backfield here.
Timeout. Black.
Waiting for Chris. Timeout called by Stratford. That's their, or rather, I beg your pardon, Darlington. That's their first. They're looking at a 2nd and 13. You see the time remaining here before halftime.
A lot of time left. Again, they don't throw it much, but big play there by Stratford to get him behind the chains.
Choosing your first down is an important decision. Making the right decision takes time.
WIAA Football Championships brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Time to choose your career. Check out the airport. For more information, call
2nd and 13.
Wisconsin's Aerospace Sports Recruiter 996
On a sun-splashed afternoon. Sometimes they say sun-splashed, Bill, and it's actually partly cloudy.
Yeah.
With peaks of sun.
Yeah.
Today, this is sun-splashed. Temperature in the low 60s. You mentioned the wind. It is picking up, but still, look at this day.
Yeah, weather has been a factor too many years here. Bad weather, cold weather, windy weather. Today isn't one of those days.
This is Chamber of Commerce weather for day 1. 2nd and long for the Redbirds. Goebel snaps it, wants to throw, and goes sideline.
Flag.
Comes in late from the secondary. It was intended for Maddox Goebel, his bro.
Caleb Wrench, however, I think he's going to be assessed a penalty from Stratford.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Yardage will result.
Yeah, Caleb hanging on for dear life there. Didn't want him to get a free shot because if he outruns him, he's gone for 6.
Yardage results in a first down.
So a big play there on the big penalty. Keeps this drive alive for Darlington.
Again, high school rules different than the pro and college rule. It's a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul.
Catch was made. And that was, again, Goebel to Goebel.
Good job of picking that one off the turf. It might have been close to a lateral.
Yeah, close to a lateral, also close to being incomplete.
See, yeah, I don't know. It was close to a lateral, but it became academic when he picked it off the shoe tops.
So timeout called by Darlington.
Pass play only gained a yard. Darlington has kicked the 2 field goals this year, so I don't know if that's an option where they are in the field or not.
Danilo Ramos Godoy is their kicker. You saw him make the extra point. Will he be tasked with trying to get 3 before heading to the locker room?
Darlington down to 1 timeout remaining in the final 63 seconds of the half.
Coming up at the half, Brad Hansen's going to chat with one of our friends at WIAA, LeVar Ridgway.
And following the halftime show, Stratford will receive the second half pickup.
They're trying to hold here, keep it at 7-0 going to the half. 2nd down and 9 here for the Redbirds. Jackson in the backfield. Give it to him. And how about the play made? Trip up immediately by Landon.
Into the backfield to take down Reagan Jackson.
Zoylan read that one perfectly and was in the backfield to meet Jackson. So it's 3rd and long. Wonderful play there by Zoylan.
Yeah, Zoylan, 17 tackles for loss coming into this game. He's also got 5.5 sacks. He's done that a lot.
The senior, 5'10", 180 pounds. He just made a big defensive stop.
5 tackles today for Zoylan. And clock continues to roll on 3rd down and 11. Toss into coverage, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cole Tichy.
Probably an ill-advised throw through double coverage. And Tichy is among those that had the receiver bracketed. Makes a nice catch, though, to snuff out that drive. But you can see both Tichy and his teammate, Glenn, had the receiver covered. And Murray had no chance, even had the height advantage on both the defenders. So a big turnover snuffs out a chance for Darlington in the final 13 seconds of the half.
And Stratford had a feeling. Will Murray goes 6'7", 196. As Bill mentioned, he's a terrific basketball player. And they kind of thought, you're going to try to throw it up and let the big guy go and get it. And he was well covered. Final seconds. Tubbs will just keep it himself. Got some running room, though. And Tubbs pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 7 seconds left.
Nice quarterback keeper there. No way he's going to take a knee. That's a nice little gallop for probably the biggest offensive play for either team this half. And now all of a sudden, they're at the 38. Stratford's going to take a timeout to think about what to do with the final 7 seconds.
Jason Tubbs says, I'm going to talk to my son, see if we can dial something up here quickly.
Well, you look here for some type of exotic, wouldn't you? A hook and ladder or something to get him in position to maybe take a shot down the field. Maybe another play after this one.
Yeah, Jack has thrown for 25 touchdowns and only been picked off twice.
But a nice run by Tubbs there to get him in a position to at least think about a game-tying score. Even if it would be a bit of a miracle heave.
Jason was telling us a story earlier this week about his son. When he was younger, he had a dead right elbow. Had all kinds of medical procedures. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't wrestle. He had to play baseball, Bill, left-handed. He would actually field the ball and then switch the glove to throw it left-handed. And they thought, football's just not going to happen. Well, they kept working at it, and the doctors got that elbow back to life. Wants to throw here and launches downfield, and this one's going to be intercepted. Returning the favor is Darlington. Roger Volkenling, the third, with the pick. And that brings us to halftime here in the Division 6 State Championship. It's Darlington 7 and Stratford nothing. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Stratford Tigers trail the Darlington Redbirds 7-0 at halftime of this Division 6 championship game. We are in just the second of 7 total games here at Camp Randall this weekend. Edgar, our first team to hoist a gold ball today, 36-6 over Blackhawk Warren. Now their 8th state title. Super impressive. Stratford and Darlington going at it right now. And then coming up in a little bit, around 4 o'clock today, we're going to bring you the Division 5 championship game. Wrightstown taking on the 2-time defending champion Aquinas. And then one more game. We're going coast to coast today. Luxembourg and Casco and Lodi playing in the Division 4 championship game. That game set to kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. But don't worry. More football is coming your way. We are back here tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning for our Division 3 championship game, Rice Lake and Grafton. And then it's Waunakee and Badger at about 1 o'clock for the D2 Gold Ball. And finally, Marquette University High School and Franklin will wrap things up for us tomorrow in our Division 1 championship. That game set to kick off around 4 o'clock. Plenty of football action. I hope you stay with us all day long. We're going to step aside and hear a message from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. It's the Darlington Redbirds 7, Stratford Tigers 0 at halftime of this Division 6 state championship game here at Camp Randall in Madison. Brad Hanson, so excited to have you with us today. And if you are a fan of the modern NFL, the air it out kind of football game, this has not been your kind of a day. A couple of ground and pound games here, old school football. And right now Darlington has the edge, looking for their 5th state title. Stratford would win their 9th if they can find a way to come back and find the end zone here in the second half. Let's find out how we got here. We'll take a look at the first half highlights. And if you like defense, well, you're going to like these a lot. Look at that. All the pressure in the world from Darlington. Nowhere to go for Stratford. And that was the case for both of these teams, really. Not a lot of running room. Not anywhere to go. We did get one score. Nice sneak up the middle, keeper up the middle there to put Darlington on the board. That is the lone score. Darlington trying to add at the end of the half there. Nice pick there from Stratford to keep it at 7-0. Let's look at our stats. And you can see a lot of yards on the ground, none in the air for Darlington, just 17 for Stratford. Penalties, a little bit of an issue for Stratford, 4 for 30. Time of possession pretty much equal. So these two teams, very evenly matched. They love to play defense. They love to run the ball. What is going to give here in the second half? Well, you're going to have to come back and find out. We're going to step aside and hear from your local sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
The Tigers stretching them out here before we start the second half of this football game. The Division 6 title tilt between Darlington and Stratford. Redbirds lead at 7-0. Bob Raynor, Bill Brophy, Carly Murata with you here in this D6 game. It has been a standoff, Bill. The offensives have both moved the football at times, but the defenses have prevailed. Yeah,
it's been a defensive struggle, and it shows in the stats which you saw a minute ago. On total, neither team's got 100 yards in total offense. So they should credit the defense. Stratford moved the ball in the first series of the game. They controlled the first 8.5 minutes, but got nothing to show for it. And since then, Darlington gets the lone score of the game, and we got a defensive struggle.
Yes, we do. Carly Murata, as we mentioned, patrolling the sidelines. She had a chat at halftime with both head coaches.
Yeah, hey guys, both coaches obviously happy with how their defenses are playing. Travis Winkers of Darlington saying, my defense is playing lights out. Offensively, he says, we got to scheme it up a little differently, do something a little differently, and we have to be able to run power. On the other side, Jason Tubbs of Stratford simply says, keep grinding.
Thank you, Carly. There is Jason in his 11th year as the head coach. Said it's a special time, as always, in Stratford. It's a football town. They love it. And Jason enjoying having his son by his side. Makes it even extra special when you get to have that family bond amongst prep football. Bill mentioned that Jason is a 6th and 7th grade social studies teacher in the Stratford School District. That's how he keeps track of all the youngins before he gets them at the high school level. And B, he gets them early, Bill, so they all understand the history of Stratford football. They see the team pictures in his classroom. They get indoctrinated early about the expectations of Stratford football, even when they're in middle school.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important. Again, if they would win today, they would tie St. Mary's Springs for the most titles in state history, 9. But to your point, I think it's pretty cool that he does that, and he teaches them about the history of the program and what they have done. They are still the only school in state history to win 6 straight titles from 2003 to 2008.
Jason says it's a community that loves to compete in all sports at the high school level and in the weight room. They've got some work cut out for themselves here to start the second half, trailing by a touchdown.
They will get the ball to start the second half. And I got to think they got to get the ball more to their All-State running back, Kilty. He had 9 carries for 19 yards in the first half, but Leonard was the top ball carrier. He ran the ball 4 times for 22 yards, mostly on reverses. But you got to get the ball in the hands of your best player, and Kilty appears to be that. It looks like
Reed Miller to kick off for Stratford.
Bradford's going to kick off.
Yeah.
They won the toss and deferred to start.
That's what I thought. They are kicking.
Well, no, I think we were mistaken. Stratford took the opening kickoff and went throw the ball for 8.5 minutes. So we were mistaken, and obviously Darlington will get the ball and start the second half.
Fielded. Maddox Gable. And short of the 20-yard line. But Redbirds football leading it by a touchdown. Here to start quarter number 3.
Well, you heard Connolly say they're going to scheme it up a little different here. See if they put a few new wrinkles into this wishbone.
Travis Winker's squad with the Goebel brothers in the backfield, Ty Crisp back there. Reagan Jackson, the fullback, number 8. He's got the only touchdown in this contest. 1st and 10 Redbirds at the 18. Give it a Crisp. Good pursuit. String it out. Tackle made. First by Alec Chappell.
Nice play by Chappell to foil that play. Darlington's always been a team that relies on their running game. In fact, Travis Winker's here. You'll watch Chappell blow this play up. But Winker's only the 7th coach since 1926 at Darlington High. Some of his predecessors are in the State Coaches Hall of Fame.
Jackson again. Steams his way forward, up and over the 25. Looking at about 3rd down and 3.
Doug MacArthur was at Darlington. They won 4 state titles. He ran the wing T. Then Wiki came where they ran the wishbone, and now Winkers has carried on the tradition of being a running team.
And they run it here. Get the first down on the carry by Jackson to the 30. Yeah, Travis was saying that. The fans, they're, because they ran the wing T forever, and that the fans are saying, why don't you run the wing T? But they're in Darlington, they're starting to come around, and they're seeing the fruits of the labor here. They're starting to come around this offense. From the 31.
Fumble snap.
Ball is loose. And it's Stratford football. Recovered by Landon Zoytlin.
Zoytlin had a big first half. He's their leading tackler in there. He makes a big fumble recovery at the 29. That was just a fumbled snap. And the quarterback never got the ball. Zoytlin was in the right spot at the right time. Was thinking scoop and score, but the official said you can't advance the ball in that situation. He was down when he recovered it. That's why he couldn't advance it. Good field position for Stratford as they seek the game-time touchdown.
Oh, are they in great shape? 1st and 10 at the 29. Jack Tubbs, shotgun. With Kilty blocking, Tubbs will gain maybe a yard to the 28. We told you about Kohler Kilty and the huge state championship game he had a year ago. Almost 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Trying to provide the blocking here, but no answer there as the hole closed quickly.
And Tubbs thought he had some running room, but Darlington said not so fast. Ross Chris is among those that closed the hole.
And Kilty, Bill, 9 rushes for only 19 yards so far.
Yeah, you got to get him the ball.
2nd and 8. They get him the ball. And then he gets wrapped up. Good job converging on defense to wrap up a very tough runner. 62 was in there. That's Ross Chris.
That was Talon Chris. Again, you know they're keen on Kilty, and they've done a good job of nullifying his work today.
Travis Winkers was half-jokingly saying, if you call Chris on a tackle or a run, the odds are pretty good. You're right. They are everywhere on the football field. 3rd down and 7 for Tubbs. Ball's out, scoops it up, stays with it, makes the play, gets the first down. Jet Sheener, in what could have been a disaster, Tubbs remained cool.
A lot of poise there by Tubbs, who just flat out dropped the ball. And he caught a fortuitous play that was at his feet. He picked it up, kept his poise, found the receiver, and it's a first down for Stratford.
And Sheener heads up to come back and help his quarterback out to make that play. Now 1st and 10, Tigers at the 13. They're bunched in tight. On the give, it's Leonard. Spinning, moving the feet to the 9.
Ross Chris made the tackle.
And Stratford had a big scoring chance early.
2nd and 6.
But their drive got snuffed out after 8.5 minutes. They had nothing to show for it. This is the first time they've been in the red zone today.
Greg Belter is the offensive coordinator. Shotgun wing tee. Tubbs with Kilty on his left shoulder. On 2nd down and 6. Kohler. Touchdown! Kohler Kilty in the end zone again. His 20th TD of the year. And a PAT away from Stratford. Tying it up.
Well, often the case, the turnover turns the game around at Camp Randall. And Kilty goes the final 9 yards for the touchdown. Now an all-important extra point.
Lorenz Plattner, who is a German foreign exchange student with a soccer background. He's never attempted a field goal at Stratford, but he's been real good on the PATs. Number 79 to tie it. Yes, sir. 7 apiece in this Division 6 state championship football contest. Darlington 7, Stratford 7. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Stratford running back Kohler Kilty. All-state running back Kohler Kilty. Been on the big stage before, Bill.
Yeah, he's a good one. Last year, he was impressive with 36 carries for 220 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 9 tackles last year. First big contribution today, but he ties the game. We've got a good one now with 8:05 left in the 3rd.
Reed Miller will tee it up for the Tigers. Maddox Goebel deep to receive.
Reed Miller to kick off for Stratford.
Stratford goes 29 yards in 5 plays after the fumble recovery. Took him 2:06 to tie the game.
Line drive boot yielded at the 12. That's Chris. And Ty out to the 35-yard line. So Darlington playing from behind, not from behind, in a tie ball game for the first time. They struck first in the first half. Now Travis Winker's squad back to work here on offense.
That was a 47-yard drive. Darlington has sputtered a little offensively. They had good field position late in the first half, but an interception in the end zone snuffed out that scoring drive. They fumble here in their first drive in the second half. Let's see what happens here in a tie game.
1st and 10 from the 34. Reagan Jackson, not much running room. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Not your typical fullback in this offense. You've seen him get his share of carries. You've seen him score the lone touchdown for Darlington. And with good size, Reagan, 6'2", $183. I mean, he's taller than his quarterback that's handing it off to him.
By quite a bit.
Second and 7. The quarterback is Braylon Goebel. And he keeps it and pays the price. Nothing but white jerseys there to engulf them at the line of scrimmage.
Captain Matt Volz in the middle of the wall that stopped him. And momentum has seemingly swung to the Cleveland Brown knockoff uniform.
And you mentioned Matt Foles, two-way starter for Stratford on both sides of the line. He's their backup quarterback. So if you think 24's weird and funny looking taking snaps, how about 52? This won't get it done. Crisp wrapped up as the Tigers string it out defensively. They were all over 44. There's Foles again. He says, I don't want to play quarterback. I want to stay on defense.
Yeah, he finished off the job, but Carter Lewick forced the running back wide into Foles' arms. Lewick, 66, will get in the backfield there. And Foles finishes the job, causing Darlington to have to punt.
Yeah, Lewick, both sides of the ball. Foles as well. Maddox Goebel to boot it. Leonard and Shaner are deep. Fair catch. They got there in a hurry to Jet. He makes the catch at the 32-yard line. Ball game tied at 7 between Darlington and Stratford. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. 7 apiece, third quarter, Division 6 state championship. And the football state championships are brought to you by Wisconsin DOT. Zero Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Bill, Stratford gives up 10 points a game. Darlington gives up 9 a game. Both defenses digging in to back those numbers up.
Like defense should come to the right place. Neither team has 100 yards in total offense. Darlington, 99 yards. Stratford, 74 yards. We have 5 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter.
Jet Shaner, Reagan Jackson all over him. Neither team, and both teams run the football exceptionally well, but neither team can get any sort of traction so far against these defenses.
Stratford averaging 3.2 yards a carry today. Darlington averaging 2.5 yards a carry today. Again, this is a defensive struggle. Like offense, Franklin plays tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, the Sabres will dial it up for you. Gain of 2 for Jet Shaner, so it's 2nd down and 8. Tubbs with Kilty again, flank to his left. And movement by the Tigers, you saw at the bottom, Alex Chappell with the early twitch.
And again, as yards have been tough to come by, penalties have hurt even more.
Chappell is the one of the tight ends, along with Cole Tichy in that rotation at the tight end spot. Well, 2nd and 13 now. Jet Shaner at the bottom of your screen. Tubbs chased. Tubbs goes down. Carter Murray was there first, number 6, to slow Tubbs down.
Kalen Chris finished the job. So it's going to be 3rd and very long after this sack by Chris.
They came in with 5.5 sacks, an all-state nose tackle who has a nose for the football. Now you're looking at 3rd and Fitchburg here. Long way to go. From the 23. Tubbs pulls it back in, couple pumps. Now running, and now going down. Hot pursuit. The Redbirds all over it. Maddox, Gable brings them down.
Yeah, Gable with the sack, but credit the secondary. He wanted to go long, and there was nothing open, so Gable finished off the sack, and Stratford goes backwards. After their defense gets their first 3 and out, their offense doesn't do much. And there's Gable, along with Reagan Jackson, finishing off Tubbs for the sack.
Yeah, for sure, Bill. Secondary sack. They did their job downfield. Brings on Brady Berg to boot the football. Goebel, Larson deep. Fielded at midfield. Little trickery here. It goes Goebel to Larson, and Larson actually goes backwards. Good special teams work there by the Tigers, but it's Darlington football. Game stays tied at 7.
That reverse actually lost yards. I think the fella who made the field of the punt had more room to roam here than the guy he handed it off to. And obviously, the return was set up to the right with all the blockers, but there was a lot of room down the left side.
Yeah, I think if Maddox had it back, Bill, he would have just kept it himself. Yeah. There was some room.
But Darlington, again, with decent field position here. They take over on their own 48.
Braylon Goebel under center here. It's Reagan Jackson again. Up and over midfield to the 49. So, again, Stratford, 10.6 points allowed per game. Their offense normally scores almost 38 a game. Darlington, they give up just 9.2. Their offense scores 31 a game. So the offenses are both good getting their teams to state. But the defenses, they both decided we're going to dictate things this afternoon.
And they have.
2nd and 7 for Darlington. Goebel keeps it. Bounces and leans to the 45-yard line. 3rd and 3 awaits.
Goebel on the quarterback keeper. Puts him at 3rd manageable. And you got to assume a game like this. Well, maybe you don't assume in a game like this. You're going 4 on 4 down. This has turned into a field position game.
Big down here for the Redbirds. 3rd and 3. Ball's out. And Stratford has it.
No, it's out of bounds. Let's see who has it. No signal from the official yet.
Yeah, they had it and then lost it. OB. Tichy saying, oh, man, we had a chance. That was Maddox Goebel taking the handoff from Braylon.
And Maddox Goebel is hurt.
Holding the knee.
But because nobody had possession, the ball is out of bounds. It reverts back to Darlington, who will pick up a 1st down as the fumble went out of bounds. But the attention right now on Goebel is being tended to at about the 37-yard line.
Travis Winkers says Maddox, he's the best natural athlete we have on the team. Take another look here. Pops out. Sideline got all excited, said we had the football. Oh, and they did have the football. Cole Tichy had it and on the roll lost it.
Goebel being escorted out now as you watch the replay. And again, Tichy will have it, but he can't retain possession. And there's his reaction.
That was Chapel who comes in and pops it loose, and then Tichy's right there and on the roll, can't secure it. And Gable Maddox assisted to the sideline.
Darlington with a rare 1st down in this half.
Indeed.
First and 10 at the 38.
And a third quarter that is winding down quickly again. Possessions are going to be golden the rest of the way in a tie football game. Christ. Tackled by Leonard, who went low to bring him down. Only a gain of 1, second down and 9.
Leonard among the top tacklers, along with Chapel for Stratford in this defensive struggle.
Second and 9. Christ. Nothing there. Engulfed by Tigers.
Brandon Lewick, all region honorable mention, all state defensive lineman at the stop. Third and long for Darlington, and they've been rare to put it up today.
Yeah, Gable, just one passing attempt, and that was the interception. Right before halftime. Third down and 11. Wants to throw and won't. Down he goes. Once again, Carter Lewick, hot pursuit from the back side to bring up fourth down and force a punt. And we will do that on the other side of this quarter, because we're going to the fourth quarter of the Division 6 Football State Championship, game tied at 7. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliates. Fourth quarter about to commence in the D6 title tilt. Bill, points and yards, they've been hard to come by.
To believe there's only been 172 yards of total offense in this game. 91 by Stratford, 81 by Darlington, who will punt the football away as we play a field position game in a 7-7 tie.
And look who's going to kick the football. Maddox Goebel. He is their punter, but you saw him get carried off after that run and fumble, and he gets off a doozy that will die inside the 5. Nice job, young man. Carly Murata Moore, number 21, out of the medical tent.
First and 10 by Stratford at 4.
Thanks, Carly. Well, the Tigers pin back inside the 5. They try to get some breathing room, and Kohler Kilty, not much there. Reagan Jackson in there to disrupt things again. Boy, Kilty, the big year he had in 2022 here. Not so much here against this Darlington D in 2023.
Yeah, credit all to the Redbirds, because they have kept him under control today. Great punt by Goebel. And again, if this is a field position game, that was a big play.
Yeah. To be sure. Second down and 10. Try to string it on the right side. Goes Kilty. And a little bit of steam. Little bit of juice there on that carry. Out to the 11. Makes it third down and 3.
Both the Goebel boys, Maddox and Braylon, on the tackle of the All-State running back.
And both those young men are in that linebacking core for Darlington. Big play here. Trying to force a Stratford punt deep in their own territory on third down and 3. Tubbs calls his own number and gets the first down. Followed the blocking of Kohler Kilty up front. And they get that breathing room, Bill.
Hard running indeed by the quarterback. This is a design play, no doubt about it. He's going to carry. Shrugs off a tackle there from Ty Chris and picks up the first down.
That's when Jack gets the go back and have his wish that he wanted to play running back growing up. All right, here's your opportunity. He moves the chains. 1st and 10. Tigers at the 17. Kilty's got it.
Kohler Kilty.
Running hard here is Coulter Kilty to the 22.
Annick Scoble and Ross.
Well, again, not surprisingly, you got to get the ball in the hands of your best player, and Kilty's got a track record and got a big game last year. See if they turn to him here in a tie game in the 4th quarter of the Division 6 title game this year.
Kohler's brother Easton played for Stratford, played offensive line at North Dakota. Second down and 4. Kilty again. Following his blockers. And another first down run out to the 30-yard line. That we talked about this last year too, Bill. Maybe the best athlete in the family, though, is sister Macy, an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, he's one tough family.
Don't mess with Macy.
No kid.
Right now, Stratford leaning on their star running back, telling Darlington, don't mess with 32. Starting to get lathered up here. 1st and 10 from the 30. Kilty again, change of direction. Nice move to pick up 5.
He's blocked by the quarterback to pick off Jackson. Texas came back to make the stop, but the block by the quarterback, Tubbs, enabled Kilty to have a nice run here.
The ideal drive here for Stratford would be take it down, get points, and chew a ton of this 4th quarter clock off. Don't give Darlington a lot left. As you see the time, under 9 to go in regulation. 2nd and 5. Kilty again. This time, they were in the backfield early, was Darlington.
Ross Chris
Driving in there was 62 Ross Chris. Had some help from Braylon Goebel. So it's 3rd and 5, and your ideal drive may be dependent on this play.
This is it. They need the 40-yard line to keep the drive moving forward and keep the football. Tubbs, long count. Kilty to the edge. Stringing it out. And he got the first down. Chris was there. Ty Chris, who grabbed hold of Kilty. But Kohler just too strong.
Big time stiff arm here by Kilty. Scott sees the edge. Gives him the old Heisman, and down goes Chris.
That's 2 tough kids right there. Just battling. And Kohler needed 5, got 6. 1st and 10 from the 41. Tubbs has got it. Good run here from your quarterback to the 49. Jack Tubbs with a gain of 8.
Good looking drive for Stratford. Their first sustained march of the afternoon. And they came into this drive with 91 total yards all afternoon. This one started in the shadow of the goalpost, and now they're out to midfield as the clock keeps ticking. Now under 7 minutes left in regulation.
2nd and 3 at the 48. Back to Kilty. Running room on the edge. Marker comes in. Might be a hold that helps spring Kilty here. I haven't seen a lot of Hankies this afternoon.
And a clean game. Man, a tough game for tough guys.
Michael Beck, the referee, with the call.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
Watch 56 on the edge there for Stratford. That's Landon Soylan. Yeah, too much of a jersey in the pants.
Stratford now with 6 penalties for 45 yards today. Darlington has not committed a penalty.
You take away what would have been a first down, 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Low snap, Tubbs reels it in. And Tubbs making chicken salad out of that snap, which was on the carpet. No panic. Stayed with the game plan. Up and over midfield, close to a first down.
He makes a more than a nice run here. He's close to the first down. He's shy, but could have been a lot worse.
One of the things that makes Dad so proud of Jack, the RPO game. He finds the best read available. That was just ad-libbing. But we've seen him time and time again make that read at the last second. This one, all him on the run to get the first down at the 46-yard line. And that's a lot of responsibility on the plate of the quarterback. You got to make that call in your head with that football at a split second. Tigers in Redbird territory. 1st and 10 at the 46. Guilty. Yeah, he's running extra hard now. Understands where the scoreboard is and where the game is, tied at 7 in the 4th.
Stratford's had a lot of great moments in their history, but this one would go down in the annals as well if they could go the length of the field and take up much of the 4th quarter in doing so. They're not there yet, but they're now at the plus side of the 43 with now 4:51 left in regulation.
2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Tubbs, guilty to the 39.
And it hasn't been pretty. It's just grind them out, smash them out. Our guys are tougher than your guys' football.
Gain of 5.
Third and 3. If you're Darlington, you got to be thinking, maybe at some point we got to start using some timeouts here. Not yet for Travis Winkers, but maybe soon. Guilty. Another first down.
Guilty's shaken up on that play.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard, and we're going to give him some time. And had the wind knocked out of him. We will step aside while Kilty gets looked at. Now a message from your statewide sponsors. It's your WIAA network station. The good news, Kohler Kilty up on his own power, off to the sidelines for the time being. Here's the run that got him the first down. Watch 56 Landon Zoylan spring him to get just enough, Bill.
Well, he makes the block and allows the Kilty to get to the edge. See who's shaking up there. I think he's okay, though. Kilty has carried 11 times in this 14-play drive.
He gets a breather, so Tubbs says, I'll take it myself. And Tubbs tripped up at the 24-yard line. Saw Reed Miller, number 3, in the backfield for the Tigers on that last carry. But Kilty, there he is. Took one play off, Bill.
Again, this is a guy who carried it 36 times in the state title game a year ago. He's been the man here as Stratford has made a statement in the 4th quarter. This drive started with 10:50 left in regulation. They'll be less than 3:20 when they snap the ball.
To the point of saying Darlington might have to start burning timeouts here soon as Kilty gets the carry to the 24-yard line.
I think you ask your defense to make a stop here, and then you'll start worrying about timeouts. But your point is well taken.
Travis Winkers, you know he's thinking about it here as we go under 3 to go in regulation. Try to get that stop here on 3rd and 3. Look at the numbers for Kilty. It was slow to start, but he's been picking up steam here in the 4th period.
He had 19 in the first half.
Big play here. 3rd and 3. Give it to Leonard. On the quick handoff, he's trying to fight to get to the 20. He doesn't get there.
So it's fourth down.
Yeah, and less than a yard, Bill.
Well, who's going to get it here? Snap's going to come with about 2 minutes left.
I think everyone in Camp Randall knows who will get it. Jason Tubbs knows. And who moved?
I think Stratford. And obviously that changes your thinking on your fourth down call.
You needed a yard. Then you had your horses lined up in the backfield and you move early. Now it's 4th and 6.
Does Plantner have a strong enough leg to kick the field goal? It would be a pretty good boot.
Lorenz Plantner.
And they're not thinking field goal.
No. They're thinking first down. They need the 20-yard line on 4th and 6. Tubbs, shotgun. Reel it back in. Toss, catch. First down, Tigers. He found Leonard out of the backfield.
Great play call. Tubbs cool in the pocket as he's been for most of this fourth quarter. Found Leonard streaking across the middle. There's Leonard going from the right side to the left side. He's open. He picks up first down yardage. Tick-tock the clock by under a minute and a half.
From the 15, back to Kilty on the ground. And Kohler tripped up at the 10-yard line.
Reagan Jackson on the tackle.
And now if you're Darlington, you got to start thinking, Tom, if you want your team. This is a team not based on a 2-minute drill. So you might say, let's hold them here, boys, and this is the ball game. Go get us to overtime if you're the Darlington sideline.
That is the hope for the Redbirds. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. And all kinds of messiness in the backfield there.
Yeah, I think Kilty tripped over Tubbs' feet after he took the handoff. So it'll be 3rd and 5, and this is going to be
timeout Stratford. We will take it with them. Drama here in Camp Randall. Now a message from our statewide sponsors, your WIAA network station. Game reset. Stratford football at the 12-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers in a tie ball game with 48 seconds to go in regulation.
This will be the 21st play of a drive that started with 10:50 left in regulation. They have run the ball all but one of those plays.
Tubbs runs it again. Leans forward to the 7. It's 4th and 2 for Stratford. Does Jason Tubbs kick a field goal with their German foreign exchange student, Lorenz Plantner, who hasn't tried a field goal all season long?
Right now, the ball, there's going to be a timeout for Stratford to make that decision. Right now, the ball's at the 7, so it's basically an extra point for the German exchange student.
And that's all he's kicked all season long, Bill, so maybe that's how they're selling it. It's basically an extra point, Lorenz.
No pressure.
None whatsoever. Again, he's got a soccer background.
The other option would be to, go for it on 4th and 2. Kilty with 54 yards rushing on this drive, which again started on their own 5 with 10:50 left in regulation. This march has encapsulated basically the whole fourth quarter.
How about this? The senior German foreign exchange student may kick his first field goal all season to win a state championship for the Stratford Tigers.
That is what is about to apparently apparently that's what's going to happen.
From the 14, it's a 24-yard field goal try with 27 seconds left. Set down. Boom, it's blocked. And we stay tied.
I believe Reagan Jackson got a hand on it. Talk about a big play.
Not surprising if it was Jackson. He's 6'2".
Snaps a little high, but well, let's see if we can determine if it was Jackson. But certainly in the middle of the line with the block, you see the reaction of the respective coaches. And overtime looms in 23 seconds.
Travis Winkers fired up. His guys survived that long drive.
Here it is again. Who makes the play? Yeah, I think it was Jackson. I think Jackson got his hand on it. And then got rewarded by having Ty Chris fall on him afterwards.
So now Braylon Goebel taking the snaps here. Ball security a must. Hand it off straight ahead. Reagan Jackson, whistle and timeout called by Stratford. Because you never know. Ball pops out here, you might get another chance. But indeed, if everything is academic, we will have overtime.
Yeah, we confirm Reagan Jackson is the fellow who blocked the kick. And here's another look at it one more time.
He just pushed through the pile, Bill.
Yep.
It was a line drive kick.
Jackson used all of his 6'2" frame to get there, but big time play by Jackson to keep his team's state title hopes alive. We have 19 seconds left in regulation. Can't think Darlington's going to do anything too crazy here.
Stratford does have 2 timeouts remaining, as you can see, so they're going to at least try to use those TOs and at least force a punt.
And they whistle down a little. They're going to do a double reverse, it looked like.
Yeah, and somebody moved early. No. So a false start. Brings it backwards. And Stratford doesn't have to use the timeout there. They will burn their second one after this play is run. And then their third. And again, just try to force the punt. Crazier things have happened in this game of football.
Put 19 seconds back onto the game.
And you hear the official, Michael Beck, they're going to put 19 back on the clock, which is where it was before the penalty flag. 2nd and 7 at the 23. Goebel to throw. Deep ball down the sideline and incomplete. Not a bad play there. I mean, you do stop the clock, but you also took 6 seconds off of it. So even if you have to punt the football here, if you don't convert, you're not going to leave Stratford a whole lot of time to do anything.
I don't know if I like that play. I mean, in the pros, I can see it. You get the pass interfield, well, it's a spot foul here. It's 15 yards. But I see your point.
Does preserve that timeout for Stratford.
Yeah, that's...
They've got 2 left.
Exactly.
3rd and 7, it remains. Hand it off. And ball came out! Ball came out! Stratford has it! At the 25-yard line! Chapel's got it!
Yeah, Chapel with recovery. You made the call. Ball security was the key. They didn't hold on the ball. Big hit causes the fumble, and Chapel's in the right spot to pick up the recovery, and the Jackson fumble fell right into his lap.
Timeout, Stratford.
Stratford will call a timeout to talk about it with 6 seconds left. They get a chance. Too long for a field goal try here, but you get a chance to toss something in the end zone.
Or you throw a short pass and get into field goal range again for that kid and call your timeout very quickly if you throw it in the middle of the field. But I think you got time for 2 plays if you throw something short. Well, the other option, as you said, is throw in the end zone. And do you believe the field goal kicker can shake off the mind-numbing block?
Oh, boy.
To do it again. Well, quite a finish here in the Division VI title game.
And it may not be finished.
Yeah.
We may just have overtime when it's all said and done. But Stratford does get the football back without forcing the punt on the turnover. They're at the 25-yard line. Stratford has 104 yards of offense in this quarter. Darlington just 17. Redbirds are just trying to hold on now to get them to OT. But Tubbs, maybe one play here to try to walk it off. Catch, tackled at the 2, a marker came in.
No time left on the clock.
But the penalty, if it's against Darlington, then Stratford will get another play.
Referees conferring. You can see Coach Tubbs wants to take a timeout. So I don't know if he knows that this is against Darlington. We'll find out shortly.
Michael Beck.
Holding on the defense.
So the hold.
Be a half the distance of the goal penalty, I believe. Well, you can see Tubbs mouthing out, there's 1 second left. I think he wants them to check upstairs.
Pat Miles is up in the booth with us. And so on the hold, untimed down, Pat. Untimed down. Pat Miles confirming there's an untimed down here after the penalty for the hold.
But the penalty is a half the distance to the goal penalty. Yeah, said from the 10 yards from the previous spot.
Yep.
So, again, in the high school rules, it's not the spot foul.
So the pass was completed, and the tackle was made at the 3-yard line, which is where the ball is set down now. But if you take the penalty, then it's going to be 10 yards from the previous, which would put it at the 15-yard line. So eventually, and that's why they're sorting all of this out.
It's gone to review. I think they check on the clock. Pat, you want to take the headset and explain what the options are here, or do you want to stay here?
Pat Miles, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so the situation here is that if there's 1 second on the clock, they're going to decline the penalty, and they can snap it where the play ended. If the time has run out, they're going to accept the penalty, go 10 yards previous spot, and there'll be one untimed down because you have an accepted penalty on the defense, against the defense.
Thanks, Pat. A lot going on, certainly.
Well, here's the clock. Keep an eye on that as this play develops. So he makes the catch. Tubbs is right. Looks like there should be 1 second left on the clock if they accept the play, and he's got a timeout, right?
Right. So
he could have the ball. Stratford could have the ball at the 3, and they take a timeout, and again, they can either throw the ball in the end zone or make another field goal attempt.
So I
think that's what's being determined right now by the replay official.
Yeah, because those are the options. If the clock ran out, then as Pat explained, you have to take the penalty, which would be ball at the 15-yard line and the untimed down. But if there was a second left, you can get the ball at the 3-yard line and run one more play to try to win it with a field goal or try to punch it in to the end zone.
Now, this explanation is going to be delivered by the referee to the Darlington sideline. Travis Winkers is going to get the explanation right here. So apparently Coach Tubbs has told the officials which of the options he wants to accept. And Winkers has now been informed of that. Now I think we will be informed of that. Both teams' huddles are moving toward the 3, so
There was a penalty on the play for defensive holding, okay? The player was down when the clock hit 0, but because of the penalty, we'll have 1 on time down. Also, Black is asking for a charge timeout.
So Darlington's going to call the timeout here. Meanwhile, while all that was going on, guess who? Lorenz Plattner, the field goal kicker. Last time they tried this to win it, Reagan Jackson said no. But then, trying to run out the clock, the fumble, Stratford football, and now Plattner, Bill, gets another crack.
pretty amazing. And I don't think we've given enough love to Cole Tishy, who forced that fumble that fell into the lap of Chapel. But then the long pass to the 3, and as you say, Plattner, the German exchange student, will get a chance for redemption on an untimed play, or with no time on the clock.
A chance for the Tigers to walk it off. This will be a little longer than the first try, which was his first field goal try
so the ball
season long.
The ball's at the 15, so the field goal will be a 32-yard attempt. So it'll be a 32-yard attempt for Platt, straight on. The other one was from the right hash.
Plattner to win it for Stratford. Kick is up. Kick is good.
There's a flag.
There's a flag in the backfield. It might be roughing the kicker. It is. They decline it. Tigers win it. Can you believe it?
No. That's as crazy a fourth quarter as you're going to see.
For a school that has won 8 state titles, this is the most improbable win in the history of Tigers football. A 32-yard field goal from a foreign exchange student in only his second attempt of a field goal all season long.
Lawrence Plattner is the hero. 32-yard field goal. They'll give Stratford their record-tying 9th straight title.
Were you not entertained, ladies and gentlemen? 10-7 the final in regulation. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. It's your WIAA network station. Happy Tigers. The Wisconsin Education Association Council thanks all public school educators giving their all this school year. WEAC, we teach, we inspire. And time now, Bill, as they start to hand out the hardware here at Camp Randall for our Wisconsin DOT play of the game. Can you guess what it might be? It's the young man who doesn't even have the name on the back of his jersey, but they will remember his name forever in Stratford.
Lawrence Plattner, a senior, 6 feet, 200 pounds, a German exchange student, poured through this 32-yard field goal with no time on the clock, and about 19 seconds after he had missed or had a similar attempt blocked. And he sends Stratford to their 9th ever state title. They tie St. Mary's Springs for the most state titles ever. This one, the most improbable one. The German exchange student without a name on a jersey sends Stratford to the gold ball presentation.
Darlington, the Redbirds, they get their 9th silver trophy. They were so close from getting over the hump. Would have been their first state title since 1995. That field goal, by the way, was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin together. We can save lives. And now the gold trophy presentation. Stephanie Hauser, along with the other officials in there from the WIAA. And Jason Tubbs. Tigers tail, Bill, in 2023, another state championship.
Second straight year they win. They did it easily last year, beating Mondovi 32-14. This one was a lot more dramatic and will probably be never forgotten by anybody in Stratford.
Hard-earned, tough football game play between these two teams. Defense set the tone from the get-go. And then special teams wins it at the gun. 10-7 the final. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliate.
The Stratford Tigers are champions of Division 6, an improbable, almost impossible end to that game, but an exciting one. Carly Murata is standing by with the hero of this game, Lawrence Plattner.
Yeah, Lawrence came from Germany to America. He said he played 5 years of soccer in Germany. Comes here, the hero of the state championship game. Lawrence, tell me how you are feeling.
I can just say I'm running out of breath right now. I don't really know what to say, but I thank the holder, I thank the line, I thank everyone in the team for such an amazing experience for me. And of course, all the Stratford fans in the back, I thank all of them. And yeah, I just thank.
So you miss the first field goal, and then you have to come out and do another one, and you know it's to win it again. What are you telling yourself after you just missed the first one?
I have it written out here, just like practice. I thought just like practice, just do it like practice, because we practiced hard last week. I practiced my kicks, and I really thought I'm gonna miss this one, but I made it. So I'm so happy right now.
An amazing story. Did you ever expect this to be your experience?
Never.
All right, I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, back to you.
Carly, thank you so much. Lawrence Plattner, probably the player of the tournament thus far, even though we had a record-setting experience in the D7 game. Lawrence Plattner, just like practice, that was absolute gold and ice in his veins as he kicked that game-winning field goal to put Stratford on top and win their 9th state title. Man, what a game. It was not a ton of action until there was a lot of action in the last minute. And that was just our second ball game of the day. Can you believe it? We have 2 more to go, including the Division 5 football state championship between Wrightstown and Aquinas. We're going to play D4 tonight as well, and we've got 3 tomorrow too. Stay with us all day today, all day tomorrow, right here on your WIAA Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in just a little bit.